Here's something that will shock you. Every single year, more than 70,000 seniors die in their sleep, and many of these deaths are completely preventable. Yes, you heard that right. Not all of them pass peacefully from old age. In fact, a disturbing number die because of simple, everyday sleep habits that go terribly wrong. And the scariest part, most seniors have no idea they're at risk until it's too late. The truth is that after the age of 60, your body doesn't work the way it used to. Sleep patterns shift. Your brain becomes more vulnerable. Your muscles weaken. Your breathing becomes lighter. Even the heart beats differently. And yet, despite these critical changes, many seniors continue with sleep habits that were once harmless in their youth. But now, they can literally be fatal. One bad sleeping position can restrict your breathing. One late night snack can trigger a blood sugar crash. One habit as simple as keeping the bedroom too warm or taking certain over-the-counter meds before bed can push your heart over the edge and cause a cardiac arrest. But we are not here to scare you. We're here to help you take control of your health and avoid silent dangers. In this video, we're uncovering the 7 most dangerous sleep habits that could be fatal to your health if you're over 60. You'll learn what to change tonight to prevent heart attacks, strokes, breathing issues, and even sudden nighttime death. And wait until you hear about habit number 1, which isn't something exotic or unusual. It's a common behavior that over 70% of adults over 60 engage in every single night, often believing it actually helps their sleep. This single habit can trigger a series of physiological disasters while you sleep, unaware of the damage until it's too late. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Habit number 7. Sleeping with the lights or TV on. That comforting glow from your television or nightlight might seem harmless, but it's actually wreaking havoc on your body's most essential systems. Nearly 60% of seniors sleep with some form of light in their bedroom, unaware that this habit is dramatically increasing their risk of serious health conditions. When you sleep with lights on, even dim ones, you're disrupting your body's production of melatonin, which is the crucial hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. For seniors whose melatonin production naturally decreases with age, this additional disruption can be particularly damaging. Research from the Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine found that exposure to even moderate light during sleep increased nighttime heart rate, lowered heart rate variability, a measure of cardiovascular health, and raised insulin resistance by the next morning. These effects aren't temporary, they're cumulative, building up night after night. A groundbreaking study published in JAMA Internal Medicine on 43,000 women examined the association between artificial light exposure during sleep and health outcomes. The researchers found that women who slept with a television or light on in the room were 17% more likely to gain 5 kilograms or more over the follow-up period, had a 22% higher risk of developing obesity, and showed a 33% higher risk of becoming overweight compared to those who slept in darker rooms. For seniors with diabetes, the consequences are even more severe. Research published in Diabetes Care revealed that sleeping with lights on increased blood glucose levels and disrupted insulin production, making it significantly harder to control diabetes. But it's not just about the lights. The auditory stimulation from the television is equally problematic. Even when you're asleep, your brain continues processing sounds from your environment. The changing volume levels, unexpected loud commercials, and varying emotional content on television create a form of sleep fragmentation, which are brief awakenings or shifts to lighter sleep stages that you might not even remember in the morning, but that significantly reduce sleep quality. This fragmented sleep has been linked to increased inflammation in the body, elevated stress hormones, and impaired glucose metabolism, all risk factors for serious health conditions including heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. So what can you do instead? Replace bright night lights with motion-activated dim red lights that don't suppress melatonin. Use blackout curtains to eliminate outside light. And most importantly, turn off the TV completely at least 30 minutes before sleep to allow your brain to wind down. Habit number 6. Taking sleep medications without medical supervision. This small pill you're taking to help you fall asleep might be creating bigger problems than you realize. Over 40% of seniors regularly use sleep medications, both prescription and over the counter, without proper medical guidance, unaware of the serious dangers they pose. These medications aren't harmless sleep aids. As we age, our bodies metabolize medications differently. This is because our liver and kidneys don't clear medications as efficiently, leading to higher drug concentrations in the bloodstream and longer lasting effects. The consequences of this can be devastating. First of all, the risk of falls, which is a leading cause of injury and death among seniors, increases dramatically. Research shows that seniors taking sleep medications have up to a 66% higher risk of falls compared to those who don't take these medications. Research has also linked regular use of sleep medications among seniors to an 89% increased risk of hip fractures, a 35% higher rate of car accidents, and a concerning 68% elevation in hospital admissions. Even more alarming, studies have found that seniors who regularly take sleep medications have a significantly higher mortality rate compared to those who don't. Many sleep medications also create dangerous interactions with other medications commonly prescribed to older adults. Blood pressure medications, pain relievers, and even certain antibiotics can create potentially fatal combinations when mixed with sleep drugs. Perhaps most concerning is the impact on brain health. Research published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors who regularly use certain sleep medications have a 54% higher risk of developing dementia. These drugs can impair memory formation and cognitive processing, accelerating cognitive decline. So, if you're currently taking sleep medications, don't stop abruptly. This can cause dangerous withdrawal effects. Instead, speak with your healthcare provider about safer alternatives and a proper plan to address your sleep concerns. Habit number 5. Excessive napping during the day. While a short afternoon nap can be refreshing, excessive daytime napping is a warning sign that shouldn't be ignored. Many seniors fall into this trap without realizing the serious consequences it can have on their overall health and sleep quality. When you nap too much during the day, especially for periods longer than 30 to 45 minutes or late in the afternoon, you're essentially borrowing sleep from your night. This creates a vicious cycle that disrupts your body's natural circadian rhythm, which is the internal clock that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. For seniors, this disruption is particularly problematic, as their circadian rhythm naturally weakens with age, making it harder to maintain consistent sleep patterns. The health consequences of this are significant. A large-scale study published in the journal Sleep Medicine found that seniors who napped for more than an hour each day had a 34% higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome and a 50% higher risk of cardiovascular disease compared to non-nappers. Perhaps most alarming is the connection to mortality. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who napped for more than an hour per day had a 27% higher all-cause mortality risk compared to those who didn't nap or kept naps short. For those with existing cardiovascular issues, the risk was even higher. What many seniors don't realize is that sudden increases in daytime sleepiness and napping can be early warning signs of serious neurological conditions. Research from the University of California, San Francisco found that excessive napping was associated with a 40% increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and often preceded diagnosis by several years. So, if you find yourself needing long daytime naps to function, this is a red flag that should prompt a conversation with your doctor. Short power naps, 20 to 30 minutes, early in the afternoon can be beneficial, but anything longer likely indicates a problem with your nighttime sleep that needs addressing. Habit number 4. Eating very late at night. When you eat late at night, particularly within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime, you force your digestive system to work overtime during hours it should be resting, potentially setting up a health disaster. The most immediate danger comes from acid reflux and heartburn. When you lie down with a full stomach, stomach acid can more easily flow back into your esophagus. This not only causes uncomfortable burning sensations, but can lead to chronic inflammation, increasing your risk of esophageal cancer. For seniors already taking medications that might weaken the esophageal sphincter, late-night eating multiplies this risk significantly. The metabolic consequences are equally alarming. Your body's insulin sensitivity also naturally decreases in the evening, meaning carbohydrates and sugars consumed late at night trigger higher insulin spikes and are more likely to be stored as fat rather than used for energy. For the 25% of seniors who have prediabetes, many undiagnosed, this late night insulin surge dramatically accelerates the progression to full blown type 2 diabetes. Perhaps most concerning is the impact on cardiovascular health. Late night eating has been directly linked to increased blood pressure during sleep, which is a time when your blood pressure should naturally dip. This non-dipping blood pressure pattern is associated with a dramatically increased risk of stroke and heart attack, particularly in the early morning hours when many cardiac events occur in seniors. So try to avoid eating anything for at least 3 to 4 hours before your bedtime. Habit number 3. Sleeping in a bedroom that's too hot. You might love the cozy feeling of a heated blanket or a warm room, but this comfort could be putting your heart and brain at risk. Our body temperature naturally drops as part of the sleep initiation process. When your bedroom is too warm, above 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius, this natural cooling is impeded, preventing you from reaching the deeper, most restorative stages of sleep. For seniors who already experience changes in temperature regulation with age, this problem is compounded. Research published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that seniors who sleep in environments warmer than 70 degrees Fahrenheit experience up to 30% less slow-wave sleep, which is the deepest, most restorative sleep stage essential for cognitive function, immune health, and cellular repair. This reduction in quality sleep has been directly linked to increased inflammatory markers associated with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. But the dangers go beyond poor sleep quality. For seniors with cardiovascular issues, sleeping in a hot environment creates additional cardiac stress. Your heart must work harder to pump blood to the skin's surface to cool you down, potentially triggering dangerous arrhythmias or even heart attacks during sleep. Dehydration is another serious risk. Seniors already have a diminished thirst response and are prone to dehydration. Sweating during sleep in a warm environment exacerbates this problem, potentially leading to electrolyte imbalances that can trigger heart arrhythmias and increase stroke risk. The fix here is simple. Set your bedroom temperature to a cooler 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Use breathable cotton sheets, and if you get cold easily, layer up with blankets you can remove instead of cranking up the heat. Habit number 2. Ignoring sleep apnea symptoms. One of the most dangerous sleep habits isn't actually something you do, it's what you fail to recognize. Sleep apnea, characterized by repeated breathing interruptions during sleep, affects nearly 40% of older adults, yet remains undiagnosed in an estimated 80% of cases. When sleep apnea goes untreated, each breathing pause, which can occur hundreds of times nightly, deprives your brain and body of oxygen. This creates an enormous strain on the cardiovascular system, particularly dangerous for seniors. Research from the Sleep Heart Health Study found that untreated sleep apnea increases the risk of fatal heart attacks by 30% and strokes by up to 60% in older adults. Many seniors dismiss the warning signs as normal aspects of aging rather than symptoms of a serious treatable condition. This misperception can be fatal. So, here are the symptoms to look for: loud snoring, gasping during sleep, morning headaches, and excessive daytime sleepiness. Each oxygen drop from an apnea event triggers stress hormone release, spikes blood pressure, and increases inflammation throughout the body. The vascular damage from repeated oxygen deprivation is cumulative and often irreversible. Studies demonstrate that seniors with untreated moderate to severe sleep apnea experience accelerated brain shrinkage in regions controlling memory and executive function. Even more concerning, this brain tissue loss occurs at nearly 3 times the normal age-related rate. What makes this habit particularly dangerous is how it silently damages health over time. Many seniors with sleep apnea report feeling fine despite objective evidence of severe physiological stress during sleep, creating a dangerous disconnect between perceived and actual health. So if you snore loudly, gasp during sleep, or experience excessive daytime sleepiness, consult a sleep specialist. Sleep apnea treatment can reduce cardiovascular risk by up to 42% in seniors. Habit number 1. Sleeping on your back, supine position. This is the most dangerous sleep habit for seniors, which is practiced by nearly 68% of older adults at least occasionally. This seemingly innocent position, technically called the supine position, creates a perfect storm of health risks for aging bodies. When you sleep on your back, gravity becomes your enemy. For seniors, this position allows the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to collapse backward, partially blocking the airway. This significantly worsens sleep apnea and increases breathing difficulties by up to 40% compared to side sleeping, according to research from the Sleep Disorder Center at Mayo Clinic. Even for seniors without diagnosed sleep apnea, back sleeping creates subtle airflow limitations that reduce oxygen saturation throughout the night. The cardiac effects are equally concerning. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine demonstrate that back sleeping increases the pressure on the heart's major blood vessels, particularly problematic for seniors with heart conditions. This position has been associated with a 22% higher risk of nocturnal cardiac events compared to side sleeping. For seniors with reflux or hiatal hernias, back sleeping allows stomach acid to more easily flow up into the esophagus, creating silent nighttime reflux that damages the esophageal lining and increases aspiration risk. Over time, this chronic irritation has been linked to a significantly higher risk of esophageal cancer. Perhaps most alarming is the neurological impact. Recent research from Stony Brook University found that back sleeping reduces the efficiency of the brain's waste clearance system by up to 63% compared to side sleeping. This means harmful proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias are removed less effectively, potentially accelerating cognitive decline. The supine position also increases the risk of central sleep apnea, where the brain temporarily fails to signal breathing, which is particularly dangerous for seniors with neurological conditions or those taking certain medications. Episodes of central apnea can trigger dangerous heart rhythm abnormalities that, in severe cases, can be fatal. What makes this habit so insidious is that many seniors don't realize they're sleeping on their back, especially if they initially fall asleep in another position but roll onto their back during the night. This unconscious position change can trigger the most dangerous breathing disruptions during deep sleep phases when the body is least likely to awaken in response to distress. So, to prevent all this, you need to train yourself to sleep on your side, particularly your left side, which reduces pressure on vital organs. Use supportive pillows to maintain alignment. Place one between your knees and possibly another behind your back to prevent rolling onto your back during sleep. These were 7 sleep habits that could be fatal to your health after 60. At the end, sleep isn't just a break from the day. It's one of the most powerful healing tools your body has. But as we get older, our sleep needs change, and so do the risks. Each of these 7 habits may seem small on their own, but when stacked together, they can become a real danger, robbing you of your energy, memory, balance, and even years of your life. The good news: every single one of these habits is changeable. With a few mindful tweaks to your nightly routine, you can radically improve your sleep, protect your brain and heart, and wake up feeling stronger and sharper day after day. So here's your mission. Pick one thing from today's video and start tonight. Just one. Whether it's turning off the TV, sticking to a sleep schedule, or finally making that bedroom pitch black, every small step adds up. Your body will thank you, and so will your future. Now, we want to hear from you. What sleep habit are you guilty of, and which one are you going to fix first? Do you have a nighttime routine that helps you fall asleep faster? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.